All right, let's see. Okay, we want to start with our announcements for tonight. Um, at Success Club, last I checked, I think Laura and Adrienne were both at 2. And we're not even halfway through the month yet, so we still have plenty of time. I'm at 2 as well, so I'm working hard trying to get past that. Trying to remember what's the price for this month? I don't even remember. Oh, the apron, the Shakeology apron. I forgot. Yeah, still plenty of time to hit Success Club. We've got our challenge group starting on Monday, Summer Strong. It's a 60-day group. I know we have a ton of people from our current group who are interested in continuing on, which is great. That's totally fine with me. I know I'm considering, since it is a longer group, well, I don't know, not making it a complete requirement, but I know like some people in our groups don't drink Shakeology. So I was thinking about saying, at least for the first month of the group, they have to drink it. Like, don't require it for the full 60 days, but at least, one bag of it. So because I know some of us have some challengers who have just never committed to even trying Shakeology. And this might be that little push, especially people who are in the last group who really want to keep going, say, okay, but we're really going to buckle down on our nutrition this time, and you have to be on Shakeology. So I'm still toying around with that. I'll post more in the group about it. We can decide if we really want to do that or not. Most people are drinking Shakeology, which is great, but I know there's those few who I think I know Adrienne's got a couple who are just a little stubborn and just won't do it. And so maybe that would be a good push to help them, commit to it for a month. And then on May 2nd, we've got our free 7-day clean eating group, which will be very similar to the one that you and Adrienne did last time, Amber. And that will be good to help get hopefully some new people in then for our later May challenge groups, get them interested and all that. All right, Super Saturday recap. All the Super Saturdays, they always show a video from corporate that has announcements from like Beachbody as a whole. So I'm going to go over those ones first. The first thing I put on here is do the best you can to get to live events. I know, Amber, for you had a very long drive, so it's understandable you weren't able to go. But if there is one going on near you, do your best to get there. For one thing, they're a lot of fun. You learn a lot. There's always really great speakers there. You get to see the video from corporate and hear all about the new announcements and stuff. Usually at the Super Saturdays, they'll do a live workout, which is honestly so much fun. It's a lot of fun to work out with a whole big group of people all at the same time. It's really motivating. So do your best to get to Super Saturday. The next one is August 6th. Or at least that weekend, depending on where you are. I know some places will do it on like Friday night or on Sunday even. So the 6th is the Saturday. Here in Arizona, so far they just know who their coach guest speakers are, which is Scotty Hobbs and Danielle Natoni, who are both coaches, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of awesome things to share. All right, next. Oh, they decided to add a new vital behavior. There were the 3 vital behaviors. Now there's 4. The 4th vital behavior is recognize, recognize, recognize. Basically, that means shouting out your challengers, like on your Facebook page, recognizing their achievements, their accomplishments, their weight loss, their non-scale victories, recognizing your personal coaches. Once you start signing coaches, anything that they're doing, you can shout out things on their page, on your page. Once you have a team page, do it like recognizing Success Club, things like that, or really anything. You can also do it by like personally messaging your coaches or challengers. Just recognition is such a huge part of motivating people and encouraging them to want to keep going. So they decided that was so important. They are adding it to the 3 vital behaviors. So now it's the 4 vital behaviors. Let's see. Oh, there's new registration rules for Success Club trips in the future. I took a picture of the sign of all the new rules that they had. I'll post that in our group. I don't really remember what all it was, but it was just like based on like if you're a Success Club All-Star Legend, you get to register early. If you're Elite, you register early. If you're Premier, like they kind of did it based on, I mean, they already had Elite registering early, but I think it was the Success Club Legend was a new one, and that's Success Club for 24 months in a row straight. That's not something that you'll have to worry about till next January anyway, because that's when the next registration for the new trip will be. But I'll post that in the group, the picture I took. I think it's still on my phone. In May, they're coming out with a new flavor of the Recover Shake in the performance line. Right now, it's just in chocolate, and it's really delicious. If you haven't had it, it tastes really, really good. But they're coming out with a new flavor. It's going to also come in orange flavor. So, sounds good, I guess. So, just something to keep in mind. I think we talked about this last time, but they also talked about how Country Heat is launching at Summit. So, Summit is in July. It's the 28th. So, that weekend sometime, the new workout program, Country Heat, will be launching. My guess is there will probably be a sneak peek on Beachbody On Demand before then, because that's what they generally do with all their programs. So once I hear about that, I'll let you guys know so we can try it out. Not much of a country line dancer, but I'm sure it'll be fun. And then it's always on sale when they first come out. So it'll probably be on sale for the end of July and August would be my guess. They talked a lot about the My Challenge Tracker app, which we have not tried yet because I've been a little scared. I don't really like change, but I was thinking maybe we can do it for the 7-day clean eating group, especially because that's a group we've already done before, so we kind of know the format of it, and it might be easier. But they had some coaches talking about like the benefits of it, and it sounds pretty cool. I've heard good things and bad things about it, to be honest. But for one thing, it allows your challengers to track their activities. They can track their workout. They can track if they drank their Shakeology. They can track their water, all that stuff. They can do that right in the app. The app is set up in a way where it will help your challenger to get started. It'll tell them like exactly what to do, I guess. And it sends notifications directly to your phone when your coach posts in the group or whatever. It would send a notification to you that there was a new post. This is something that they don't know on Facebook, whoever's the leader of the group, in the app, it'll prioritize that person's posts. It'll put them like on top or first. Whereas like in our Facebook groups, like if I'm posting the post of the day and then 5 people post like their workout picture for the day, my post gets pushed down. I mean, I can pin it to the top, but I've tried that before. And when I do that, I think on your phone, when you go to the group, you don't see it right away. You have to click on pinned post to see it. And so I'm like, well, people might not see it that way anyway. So anyway, the app puts the leader's posts on the top, so that's helpful. Another good thing about it is it's an app completely on its own, so you won't be distracted by Facebook and all the stuff on Facebook when you're in it. And they showed a little bit about the Coach Portal, which is the website that you use to set up the group and to manage the group. And there's some really cool features in there. I don't even remember what all they showed us, but it was really cool stuff about how you can track your challengers, see how often they check in, see how often they're getting on the app, how often they're working out, how often they're drinking their Shakeology. You can check all that stuff. And it's got ways that you can like directly message them. I don't know if it's through the app or if it emails them. I'm not sure, but I don't know. It looks like some cool stuff. So maybe we can try it out and just, make our own decision about it. Next, they talked about the Summer Strong Challenge, which we are calling our challenge group Summer Strong. Beachbody as a whole is doing a Summer Strong Challenge where you can submit your before picture and your after picture, and there's like a chance of winning money. I don't think you get a t-shirt. Sometimes with these challenges, you'll get a t-shirt if you do it. I have to go back and read all about it, but you have to submit your before pictures between April 1st and 30th. And when we start our group next week, I'll explain this to them too if they want to do it. And then you submit your after pictures sometime between May 23rd and June 7th. So it's something Beachbody as a whole is doing. So I'll look more into the details about that so that we can let our challengers know about it. So that was pretty much all the main stuff in the video from corporate that was at Super Saturday. So a lot of it was stuff that, we'd already kind of known or heard, but there was some new stuff in there too. And then at our Phoenix Super Saturday, we had 2 guest speakers. Alyssa Shoemaker, who is actually I think she's a top 10 coach, and she's actually on the dream team. She's a coach under Melanie. So she is technically in our team as well. So I wanted to go over a little bit of what she shared, because she had some really cool things to share. Let's see. I just kind of put down bullet points, so it's not going to be like a full, I don't know what to say, but, just kind of like the main things that I took away from what she shared. The first thing I have here, you can only help the people that want to change. You can't make someone want to change, basically. If someone doesn't want it for themselves, there's nothing that you're going to be able to do to convince them otherwise. So sometimes with some people, it's a waiting game. You have to wait until they're ready. She said, one of the things she said was, give yourself grace and don't take it personal when they don't follow through, or they don't sign up, or maybe they sign up but they never participate in the challenge group, whatever it is. It's not your fault. It's not something you need to take personally. It's something that is on them, more or less. But focus on the people who really want it and the people who are ready to work for it and go after it. Those are the people you should be putting the most of your effort into. Next, she said, personal activity is the cure to what ails you. What she meant by that was, if you're struggling in your business at all, you need to look at your own personal activity and the things that you are doing or not doing. Focus on controlling the controllable. So obviously focus on the things that you actually have, you can actually change. So some of those things that are the controllable things for you are your own fitness, your own workouts, your own Shakeology, your own eating, personal growth, which is personal development, whether that be podcasts or books or YouTube videos, training, whatever. And people. So building relationships, basically, and communicating with your team. So as you start building your own team of coaches, making sure that you're communicating with them. Those are things that you can control. You can't control whether a coach that you signed is going to do anything with the business or not. You can't control whether a person who said they were going to order a challenge pack and never did. You can't control that. So just focus on the things you can control, and everything else will kind of fall into place. She also was talking about always keep your own oxygen mask on first. So not only put it on first, but keep it on. And what she meant by that was, make sure you're taking care of your own self, your own business, your own health and fitness before you're worrying about everyone else. So that means, like, as you're building your business, focus on Success Club for yourself before you focus on helping out your coaches and your team. You want to make sure that you are keeping yourself in line and keeping yourself on track before you're spreading yourself thin and trying to help everyone else. If you spend all your time trying to help everyone else, you won't get your own stuff taken care of. Like, even that's the same, like, even with your challengers. Don't spend all your time with your, just running after and trying to get all your challengers to do what you want them to do, when you really need to focus on, the things that you need to be doing first. And then she was talking about I don't know how to say this, Pareto principle, I think. Basically the 80-20 rule. And I know we've heard this in some regards, like your results will come from 80% nutrition and 20% fitness, but there's a bunch more of them. So I'm going to read them to you because they're kind of cool. All right. Let's see. Your business the results, I guess, from your business will come 80% from your personal activity, 20% from your team's activity. Of the people you talk to, 80% of them are not interested in what you have to share. 20% will be interested. So don't be discouraged when you just get no. Keep in mind, that's how it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be 80% that aren't interested. But those 20% that are interested, it will make a difference. 20% of your team will produce 80% of the results. So that's interesting when you think about once you start building your team and think about your coaches and you're like, well, I've got 10 coaches, but only one of them is a working coach. Well, you know what? That's okay. That's not like if you look at these numbers right here, like 20% of your team out of 10 coaches, that'd be like 2 people would be, creating 80% of the results of your business. So don't focus so much on the ones that aren't doing what they should, or not that they should be doing. They might just be discount coaches, which is totally fine, but not the ones who aren't working the business, but, focus on the ones who are and who are, really in it to take this somewhere and spend your time helping those people. The top 20% of what you do will bring 80% of your results. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was like, so there's probably a lot of stuff that I do that is just wasteful stuff and just, I'm procrastinate and, time wasters and all that. So the top 20% of what you do will bring 80% of your results. So think about what that top 20% should be for you. I mean, basically it should be the vital behaviors. Because that's what will bring you 80% of your results. Now, obviously there's other important things out there, like, building your like page and, if you have a blog, starting a blog, things like that. Like there's other great things out there, but you want to focus on those most important things, like the vital behaviors. That's your top 20%, because that's what's going to bring you the most of your results. Those are the things you want to make sure you're doing every day. Oh, and she actually has it here what some of those top 20% things would be, like finding new contacts, inviting, following up, personal development, communicating with your team, which is basically like all the 3 vital behaviors. So I thought those are interesting because I've heard the one before about the 80% nutrition, 20% fitness, but not necessarily those other ones. So just keep in mind that 80-20 rule. When some things start discouraging you, just keep in mind that it's not necessarily like every little thing is not going to, I don't even know how to word it, but like, let me see. Like the one where 80% of your people are not going to be interested. 80% of your team's not really going to be doing that much for your results. 80% of your results is going to come from your personal activity. So a lot of it is just, focusing on what you need to do yourself and working with the willing is kind of where, most of your results will come from. All right. And then the other coach that came to talk was Caleb Thomas. He is not on the Dream Team. I don't know what team he's on, but he is hilarious. If you have not seen his YouTube channel, check it out. He's got these really short, funny little videos about Beachbody and about coaching, like training for coaches. I mean, they're hilarious. I think I posted one in the group one time. But he had some really cool things to share as well. And I found it actually really funny. One of the things he told us was, for the longest time, I don't remember what he said, who introduced him to coaching, but he kept saying no. I don't want to be a coach. I don't want to be a coach. I can't be a coach because I'm a Christian. Because he was afraid that it was like, some like slimy company where you're just trying to sell people things and not, it's like, I can't believe I thought that then, but now it was really funny. But anyway, so here's some of the things he had to share. Said, if you don't believe in yourself and your story, all the training in the world won't matter. I was like, ooh, that's very true. And it's kind of like a reality check. You need to believe that you can do this. You need to believe that what you have to share with others is important and that it will affect somebody and that somebody needs to hear it. And just believe that, you have the ability to help someone and to change someone's life. Said, no matter how many books you read or videos you watch or trainings you go through, it's not going to matter if you don't believe in yourself. So that's a really important one. Says, as coaches, we are not about the sale. We are about the people. So I know sometimes that's hard to remember, especially when you're desperately trying to hit your Success Club points. But, sometimes you just kind of have to let those Success Club points go with that person and meet them where they're at and help them with what they need. Because, I've been tempted sometimes to be like, oh, you're not buying a challenge pack? Sorry, I can't help you. But, we need to remember that we really are in this to help people, whether they get a challenge pack or not, whether they're going to get us points or not, whether they buy anything or not. And so that's just a good thing to remember to always keep in mind. So be yourself and own it unapologetically, which I know can be something that can be hard to do when we're posting on social media all the time. It's easy to, kind of put on a front or put on a face and just show that everything's wonderful all the time. Or like try to be someone you're not, trying to copy like another coach and post what they post and say what they say. But he said, if you do that, it's not going to work. People are going to be able to tell that you're not being genuine, that you're not being you. They're going to see you as like fake, and they're not going to trust you, and they're not going to want to work with you. So don't be afraid to be you. Don't think that who you are, isn't good enough to share with other people. And then he did something really cool. He passed out a puzzle piece, in mine right here, to every single person who was there. And he was talking about a jigsaw puzzle. That every single piece of a jigsaw puzzle is completely unique. There's no two pieces in one puzzle that are alike. They all have different little round parts. Oh, mine has all parts that stick out. He actually told us the names for these. I don't remember what they were, the little parts that stick out and the little grooves that go in. But, they all are completely different, but they all have their own perfect spot in the puzzle. And there's a spot that only that piece will fit. No other piece will fit there. So you have to remember that that's kind of like you. That's you in this coaching business. You are different from every single other coach out there. There's no other coach exactly like you. And there's no other coach out there that can fit the spot that you fit into. There are people, he was talking about how, like, if you think about some of the pieces, like on the edge of the puzzle, they're only connected to like one or two other pieces. So think about it like you might be the only person that is a connection for like that person. Like there are people here's how he worded it. There are people in your circle of influence that only connect to you and no one else. So if you weren't doing what you're doing, if you decided to stop coaching or whatever, what would happen with that person? You are the only one that they can connect to. So he was saying, when you're having a bad day, or when you're doubting yourself, or when you're struggling, or you've missed a goal, he said, think about those people and do it for that person that only you can connect to or relate to. They're following you for a reason. They connect to you somehow. So really good thing to keep in mind. He said, you have a unique place in this business that only you can fill. And you can't try to shove yourself into a spot that you don't fit into, because that won't work. You need to find your spot, your niche, your target market of people that you're trying to reach. And then, don't be afraid to be you, own it unapologetically, as he said, because, you might be the only person who can reach some of those people out there. So I really enjoyed what he shared with us, because it was, kind of focusing more on the people and relationships aspect of everything, as opposed to like, the actual activities that we do day by day. And some of those things are just really important to remember, about believing in yourself, knowing that you are unique. You do have a spot in this business, even if you are struggling at times. I know I have those days often where I'm just like, what am I doing? But, you have to remember that even if you're not selling 100 challenge packs every day, you are impacting people. There are people who follow you and read your posts, and they might not like them, they might not comment on them, they might not message you, but they read it, and you are affecting them in a positive way. So hopefully eventually, they might come forward, or you might hear something just so you know that you are either inspiring them or encouraging them, but don't get discouraged. Just stay consistent, keep doing what you're doing, keep being yourself and being true to yourself. And, the results will come when you're focusing on the people and the relationships and not necessarily just on the sale, which I know sometimes is easier said than done when you're really trying hard to meet a goal, but just important things to remember. So let's see, those were the main things that he shared. So hopefully some of that was beneficial to you guys. I really enjoyed what they shared. Then after they spoke, Autumn Calabrese actually came on, and she didn't give like a specific speech or talk or anything. She actually just took questions. So anyone who had a question, she answered it. I stuck around for a little bit, and then I ended up leaving because I had to get back home because my husband had to get to work. So I didn't stay for the workout either, unfortunately. I probably would have stayed if she'd been doing Country Heat, but she didn't. She was doing a hammer and chisel workout. But anyway, so any questions from either of you about anything, about any of the announcements or anything at all? Or nothing? I knew it wouldn't be too long. I didn't want to keep you too late because I know it's like 10:30 for you, Amber. Sorry.
Okay, you're okay. That's fine. This is really good stuff. Really good materials.
Good. I'm glad it's hopefully helping a little bit. But Stephanie, did you have any questions or anything?
No. I think what you said is very thing about not beating yourself up because
Yeah.
not because I don't have the time, unfortunately, to do it like I really would like to, but I've got to stop. I just got to do what I can and just connect, like you said.
Yeah, because that little bit that you do, that you are able to do, is still helping a lot of people. Because I know you've had people come and talk to you, and I know people follow you on your fitness page and stuff. So, even the little bit that you can do makes a difference. So, yeah, it's important to remember. Because even though, sometimes when you're not seeing those results coming in, you're like, oh, what am I doing wrong? I'm not doing anything. I'm not affecting anyone. I'm not making a difference. I'm not doing anything. But you are, even if you're not seeing it in your numbers, you are still helping other people, even if they're not telling you. Sometimes they just keep.
Yeah. Thanks. Because it feels good when you get that little paycheck and then you're like, okay, I'm not getting one for another couple weeks.
Yeah. I know. It can be tough, and I feel like this month is a little slow right now too. But, just stay consistent, keep doing what you're doing, keep posting, and yeah. Anything else? Nope, we're good. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for hopping on. We have a challenge group starting Monday, so I will create that. What's today, Wednesday? I'll try to create it in the next couple days, get it made so we can start adding our people in. And we will go from there. If you have any questions or anything, you can message me or post them in the group. And that is all.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
You guys have a great night.
You too.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.